Welcome to Dark Horizon Creations. I'm Mike, and today we're taking a look at Zori Bliss from the Vintage Collection. Now, this particular figure is a new character from the Rise of Skywalker, and it was released on Triple Force Friday, October the 4th. Picked this up a few days ago, and I really like the aesthetic of the character and her appearance. It is something that is completely different and yet has a very familiar tone to it from what we would see in Star Wars. And I really just like the overall appearance of Zori's character. I think it's going to be very fascinating. Now, from what we do know, Zori is a criminal. She's sort of a leader, you would say, of an organization on the planet of Kimji from the Rise of Skywalker, and she is a previous acquaintance of Poe Dameron. They have some sort of history together. What that is exactly, we don't know. But she seems to be a very fascinating character, and she's being portrayed by the actress Kerry Russell from the American series. And I think that's gonna be very, very awesome. Kerry's a really great actress, and I was really pleased to see that they chose her for this character. So, of course, you see the standard Vintage Collection card back there. Nice artwork on it. Kenner logo. I really, really like that callback to the Kenner line. Grew up with the original Star Wars trilogy and Star Wars toys. And I really, really like how Hasbro has done the packaging on these. Of course, on the back, there's just a few pictures there of all the characters in this assortment from the Vintage Collection. The ones that I haven't seen on store shelves are the Knight of Ren, R2, Chewie, the Stormtrooper, and Boba Fett. I have not seen those. One of the things that I would like to point out, Zori is one of only two figures that I've seen released that has not had any quality control issues. The other being the Sith Jet Trooper figure. The Vintage Collection Poe Dameron, the Vintage Collection Rey figure, as well as the Vintage Collection Luke X-Wing pilot figure, all had disfigured head sculpts on them. And that's not a localized issue that was just at my local Walmart. That is a widespread issue being reported by many, many collectors. And it's very, very bad news for those who have spent money on these figures, because it means going back and getting a refund or reaching out to Hasbro customer service to try to get the issue resolved. And I think this was a very bad move on Hasbro's part, and it could be due in part to the fact that because of the trade tariffs imposed by the United States on China, when that occurred, Hasbro made the decision to move most of its operations from China to Vietnam. It could have had something to do with that. I don't know, but still, this is something that should have been stopped at the factory floor level. And this doesn't speak well of Hasbro's track record with Star Wars toys, particularly with the sequel toys that have been released over the last 5 years. But I have not seen any quality control issues with Zori Bliss or with the Sith Jet Trooper, and that's mainly because they don't have an actual head sculpt. So what we're going to do now is pause the video, remove the figure from the packaging. We'll come back and see what it's all about. Stay tuned. Alright guys, we're back with Zori Bliss, the Vintage Collection action figure from the Rise of Skywalker. And as you can see, this is a really, really nice looking figure. In my opinion, this is the best figure that has been released thus far from Episode 9. And I think Zori is set to really become the new Boba Fett, if you will, from the sequel trilogy. She's just a very mysterious type of character, but one that you're attracted to. You're drawn to who she could be, and everything about this character is just awesome. I love the way that she looks. I love the double blasters that they've given her. It's just phenomenal. I really, really like this character. And as you can see, she has a a deep purple bodysuit with gray trim, as well as her belt having some intricate detail to it, along with the shoulder / chest piece of armor that she has, and the gold helmet. Everything about the figures is really nice. I really like the way that she looks. And, up close, you can see the details that they've put into this figure, and it's sort of they've even given the helmet sort of a wash, and I really like that. You can see this piece back here on the helmet. It's either, looks like it might be an antenna or something ornamental, that they've added. And there's a lot of detailing on the underside of the helmet, detailing on each of the blasters. They're identical. I don't know the type of blasters that these are. I haven't seen any reference to them as yet. But they really remind me of the cutlass, the pistols used by pirates. And I think that might be an intentional design feature, to sort of promote the type of character that she is. And it just matches her personality. And I really, really like the way that this figure looks. Hasbro did a really great job on this one. And of course, like all of the Vintage Collection action figures, Zori does have 26 points of articulation. Her head is on a really nice ball joint, as you can see there, if we don't lose focus. And her arms move forward laterally. They're sort of limited by the shoulder piece here. Double jointed elbows. They'll bend at the elbow and then rotate. And of course, she does have wrist rotation as well, as you can see. And again, her holsters are loose, even though they have the leg strap here. That's just molded into her leg so that you can move her legs. They will move forward and laterally, rotate, bend at the knee, double jointed ankles so that you can position her feet. And just really, really nice. I like how they've done this figure. A lot of nice detailing you can see on her tunic as it comes down over the back part of her bodysuit there. Just really, really nice looking. And I think that this is going to be a character that we might see more of in the future. I don't know that for sure, but I would think that it would be a very unwise decision on the part of Disney and Lucasfilm to give us a character like this that we only see in one film. I think Zori's character would have been great throughout the entire sequel trilogy. I mean, just look at her appearance. Even if she only showed up in one or two scenes in each movie, sort of the way that Boba Fett was used in the original trilogy. I think this is going to be a very, very phenomenal character. I hope that we see her in The Mandalorian as well. I think that would just be a very, very neat crossover to have her appear, side by side with that character, or even as an antagonist, as an opponent to him. And I believe that this character is going to be one of the more sought after by collectors. Just because of her appearance and the mystique surrounding who she is, and that sort of thing. There's just a ton of possibilities there to expand upon this character's backstory, her present, her future. And that's one of the more attractive things about this character, and just having this figure in hand, I think really, just makes it a more tangible type thing for collectors to really gravitate towards. And that I think all of that was intentional on their part of their design of this character. And she's being portrayed by the actress Kerry Russell from the American series on the USA Network, and I think that's really, really cool because Kerry's just a phenomenal actress. There's just such a broad range characters that she can play. And they said, from the onset that Zori was going to, be this criminal sort of leader on the planet Kimji. She has a past with Poe Dameron. They have history together. What that is, we don't know. And I think Carrie is just the right person to play that role from the limited amount of information that we know. She just has just a broad range of abilities as an actress, and a lot to bring to a role like this. So I hope you guys have enjoyed my review of the Vintage Collection Zori Bliss action figure. If you don't follow or subscribe to my YouTube channel, please do so. Also, like my page on Facebook, Dark Horizon Creations. I share a lot of news and tidbits, but I also share primarily the custom toys that I do, and some of the cosplay projects that I work on. I do custom Star Wars toys for customers that want their ships and vehicles repainted, or figures, what have you. Also on Instagram, check me out on Twitter. You can also check out our latest Facebook page, Rogue Tactics. Rogue Tactics is dedicated strictly to the military tactics of the Rebel Special Forces. It deals with weapons, tactics, techniques, procedures, battles, role play, cosplay, that sort of thing. All of that's integrated into that one page. So if you're into specifically like Rogue One and things of that nature, Battlefront, then Rogue Tactics is for you. So thank you guys for watching my video. Stay tuned. There's more to come.